Hi everyone. I have a box set to show you. I actually had posted it on my main channel, but there's really not much to the box set, so I thought I'd put it on this channel anyway, along with I finally have all of the Paul Weller studio albums plus some live albums and a bit more, so I'll show you that also. So first of all, Chicago. I got this box set, I think it was, it was $40. And it includes their first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, their first 10 studio albums. And yeah, there are some bonus tracks like rehearsals and single versions and whatnot. Right there's all the songs. So you open this up, obviously, and there they are. I think they're all kind of mixed up at the moment, but here are the 10 albums. And then I'll tell you kind of a disappointment with them. Here's Chicago. Of course, they named all of their albums Chicago, Chicago 2, Chicago 3, Chicago 4. This is their debut album, Chicago Transit Authority. And then they shortened it to Chicago. And of course, this was, their first few were double albums, but they're on single discs, which is good, fine. The only thing is, every one of these, there's no gatefolds or anything, and all of the back covers are the very same. So I really prefer it when they duplicate the original vinyl records. So definitely a disappointment in that regard. But, like I said, a good price, $40. Different colored labels. But, like I said, nothing too exciting. So this is Chicago 8. Some of them it's even hard until you look at the label. You wouldn't know that this is Chicago 8, even on the back. And there's no spine for it. Another Chicago. This is Chicago 7. Another, I think this was their second album, a double. It's confusing because it was Chicago Transit Authority, and then I think the next one wasn't Chicago 2. It was just called Chicago, although it is Chicago 2, I believe. But I could be wrong. This is Chicago 5. Pause if you want to read any of that. Chicago 3. And their 10th album wasn't Chicago X, it was Hot Streets. And once again, you see, the band was on the back cover too, but of course it's not shown as Hot Streets. And also, disappointingly, there's not even a booklet. But Chicago, the Studio Albums, 1969-1978. Limited edition box set. 10 studio albums, over 150 songs. Includes the remastered and expanded versions of Chicago 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and Hot Streets. Now, I became a fan of Paul Weller. I'd always known about him. I'd heard a little bit of his former band, The Jam, and liked their music. And the Style Council I'd heard a little bit of, and I definitely want to check out those two bands at some point. But we do a CD exchange on Rich Strickler's channel, and one time there was a Paul Weller album, and I loved it. So I ended up buying it, and in time, I bought his whole discography. The only thing missing is a soundtrack called Jawbone, which I'm not sure if I'll buy or not. Maybe if anybody's familiar with it, let me know what it's like. So I'll just quickly go through his debut album, simply called Paul Weller. Excellent. Wildwood, although I don't think this is the original cover. This must be the US cover. Yeah, Stanley Road, I believe, is the album that I was given to check out in the CD exchange, and I loved it. And these are in order of release. Heavy Soul, Heliocentric, if that's how you pronounce it. Somebody will... Anytime I mispronounce something, somebody will make sure to let me know. Illumination. He has some, some album covers aren't very good, and there's some nice ones, but some of them, like this one, are not very good. Studio 150, where he does some cover versions. As Is Now. Comes in a little book form. I think, yeah, it has a DVD also. Very nice. 22 Dreams, a double album on one CD. Really good album. It's going to take me a few months to soak all of his albums in. Another one, though, that I really love is Wake Up the Nation. And Sonic Kicks. Saturn's Pattern. A Kind Revolution. Look how happy he looks. True Meanings, which is mainly acoustic. Very nice, though. That's what I love about Paul Weller. He does a nice variety of music. And I love his vocals. On Sunset, another hardcover with a booklet. And his latest, Fat Pop, which I really love. But wait, that's not all. I also got his, these are like B-sides, maybe some demos, rarities, and there's 2 box sets. This is the earliest one, Fly on the Wall, B-sides and rarities. And some of these I did buy used, to save a bit of money. and they were all in very good condition. So it comes with 3 CDs, and lots of really, I was really impressed with, especially I think the second CD of this. You know, sometimes with rarities and B-sides, they're not quite as good. There's a reason that they're B-sides or rarities, but I was very impressed with this. Not so much, well, that's actually kind of cool. Some of the artwork isn't great. Comes with this nice card. And even a very nice booklet that isn't in the Chicago box set. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. But a really nicely done box set. And I did buy this used. And I also bought this one used. No, actually this one was new. Will of the People. Once again, B-sides and rarities. Is a second box set on it with 3 more CDs. And these are good too, very good. Just show you one of them. And it comes with a very nice booklet, which isn't in the Chicago box set. I should mention that every time I get a box set with a booklet. And he talks about all of the songs. It's very interesting. And I don't think I have all of his live albums. It doesn't matter if I get all of them. But I do have Live Wood. And Days of Speed, which I believe, I haven't heard this one yet, I haven't listened to it, but I believe it's just acoustic. And it, once again, comes with a nice little booklet. And one more. An orchestrated songbook, Paul Weller, with Jules Buckley and the BBC Symphony Orchestra, and it's a very nice album. Like I said, he does a variety of things, and he basically, you know, he does what he wants to do, and he's your typical artist. He reminds me a bit of David Bowie. And I know he's a fan of David Bowie. I don't think he was earlier on, but he actually has a song on one of his albums after David Bowie passed away called Bowie. And so, yeah, very nice album. And that is it. Let's see. The only other thing I'll say, it's 9:30 in the morning. The weather here in Ontario, Canada, for I would say almost a week, it's been very, you know, some of you might know I had a panic attack for a couple of days, a few days back. I haven't had any since, thankfully, but it's still been kind of depressing because it's so miserable out and rainy and everything. So I'll end this video showing you what it looks like outside at the moment. So thanks for watching. Please remember to like the video and subscribe and leave a comment below. I'd really appreciate it. Bye. Here we go. Let's see what it's like. Well, it's actually a little nicer than normal. It's not raining at the moment, but still. And Mittens is comfy cozy, right? Say goodbye to everybody.